It's difficult because there is no hierarchy of who gets to decide. You know, there's in law, there's what's called natural law, you know, as if there is some code that we can all agree on, but it's very hard to define. That's why we have a Supreme Court. Sometimes it's just, you know, it's more nebulous than that. And it's, as Wendy says, it's often in the eye of the beholder, if you will. But we do, in effect, create governments to do that. Doesn't necessarily mean they're right, but some human hierarchy, whatever it is. You can go back and read political theory and go back to Hobbes and the state of nature, and then work your way there up to, you know, modern day philosophies of democracy. But that's all because if there's no arbiter of fairness, there's no society, but somebody has to do it. It's a difficult problem. I didn't answer your question at all, but that's the thought process in my mind. I also talked in our room with Pam and with Wendy about how much of a role for this is voluntary and how much, in order to have a society, do we need to be led? And that's also a difficult question.
I think it's a matter of what is and what should be. Fair is completely subjective. It's an opinion. What's fair for you may not be fair for me. From a standpoint of equity, I think it's a matter of, for me, with what we discussed, those that have and the have-nots. Well, in reality, the haves make the decision because they are the ones in power. They're the ones who make the decision as to what is fair. For me, if you are a have, if you're giving something up to make it more fair for someone who does not have, that to me is equity. And for me, it's not hurting me by giving it up.
Pam, you're addressing number 2. You're talking about taking from those who have to give to those who do not have. Yes?
Well, that's a matter of fairness. So what is fair?
Very good.
It's an opinion. And unfortunately today, in most societies, the fairness is determined by the haves, not the have-nots. Because the haves have the opinion that they have to give up to allow someone else to have better. And that's why I said, whereas my giving up, like I used an example of, if you have someone who's in a wheelchair, having a wheelchair ramp is not, I'm not giving anything up, but it's making it possible for someone else. So I think it's a matter of perspective of, am I giving up, or or is someone else being given an opportunity that doesn't affect me one way or another? Not hurting me to have a wheelchair ramp someplace, but it's giving them the opportunity to go the same place I'm going.